Um, Hello, today I want to talk about how to detect which key is pressed in JavaScript. I'm going to do it as simple as possible, so please consider watching this through. Okay, I'm going to do this, how to use it with relation with HTML. So we first need a foundation to actually show which key was pressed. So here is my HTML file and some CSS attached to it, and this is how it looks. So here in this div ID is text box, we will show the which key was pressed, and this button clear div will clear all the keys that has been pressed, that has been logged in the div. So let's start. First, to modify HTML with JavaScript, you have to know something called DOM. DOM is the Document Object Model, which is a programming interface for HTML and XML documents. To say it easily, the web page you see here right now is a document. So you opened this web page with this HTML file, right? So when you open this HTML file with your browser, so for me this is Chrome, so Google Chrome will automatically renders that HTML file into a document. So now this document is an object, is now accessible by JavaScript. So without this document, it is not JavaScript cannot access this HTML file. But since this is rendered to a document, now we can access this document with JavaScript. Now we can modify a lot of things. So some of things are we can add, change, and remove any of the HTML elements and attribute, change CSS styles, and create new events, things like that. But today I want to focus on which key was pressed. So let's get to it. There is something called keyboard event. Keyboard event is an object, so which describes a user interaction with the keyboard, which means it will detect what kind of interaction is happening between you and your keyboard. And there are three main event types, which are in keyboard event, which is key down event. Key down event is fired when a key is pressed. So I guess this is what you are interested in, and there is a key press, but this is no longer recommended by a document. Sorry about this, no longer recommended, so we are not going to use that. And there is a key up event, which is fired when the key is released, but we are interested which key is pressed. We are going to use key down event. So okay, now first we need to access to this element. I'm going to first access to this div element. So I'm going to declare the variable, let's say text box, and document get element by ID. So what's ID of this div is text box, right? So and then let's console log is to see if this is got properly, and now you can see the text box is returned. So the thing it returned here is actually the object. So if you see the typo and see again, you can see the object is returned. So now that this element is returned, we can do a lot of things, but first before that, let's access to this button as well, so we can delete all the things later. So is button clear the document get element by ID, and button clear the. So as you can see here, this document method get element by ID will get the element by string that we specify here. So here is a text box, is the string that we specified. So it will find the element, the name, text, whose ID is text box, and this will find the element whose ID is button clear div. So okay, we did that. And next we are going to add an event listener to this text box element. And what we are interested in, we were interested in which key was pressed, right? So in text box element, we are going to add event listener, and which at the first parameter, for the first argument, we need pass that which event we want to listen to. And which event we want to listen to is key down event we want to listen to, right? And then we can specify the function to be called. So here I'm going to use the function text box inner. In this function there's text box.inner HTML plus event key plus .br. So okay, what this will do is when this text box is focused, and if any key is pressed, we are going to change the HTML of that element, and we are going to add this event.key, which is the property of this keyboard event, and this returns the key pressed by the user. So if I press 1, this will log this event.key will be 1. If I press A, this event.key will be A, and shift is shift, etc. And we will add the new lines after of it. So let's save it and then click here and try it. And as you see, nothing is happening here. Why is that? The reason is the div is not focusable. So what that means is to actually make the element to work, the element needs to be focused first, but div is not focusable. So you will have to use something called tab index attribute, which indicates that this element is accessible. So I'm going to give the value of 0. And then save it, and here 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you see here, if I click it, now you can see the blue borders, which means now it is focused. And then if you type 1 AS, whatever you type, and here now it is showing here, right? So that was it. And if you can add another event listener to the button, so we can clear all these things. So to the button clear div element, we are going to add event listener, and when this button is clicked, so we are passing the event that we want to listen to, and actions that we'll do is we want to reset text box HTML to nothing. So if I type and click this, it will remove everything. So this can be used to many examples. Let's say you are making a calculator and you want to take an input when the digits is clicked. So to do that, you can add just some conditionals here, right? For example, so you want to input the taken input of just 0 to 9, and if number event key is, so this number will, what this number will do is it will change the type of this event.key to the number. So if it was digits, normally event.key was delivered as strings, but if it is string with which means digit, it can be converted into the number type. So if it is possible, that means it is number, and if it is greater than 0, and the number is event.key is less than 9, less or equal to 9, it means the digit was taken as an input. And then now we just copy and paste this code again and see. Now I am typing, as you can hear the sound, I'm typing some letters, but it doesn't show up here. But if I click the digits and if I press the digits, now it shows. Okay, that is it for today. I hope some beginners found this helpful. And of course, I'm a beginner and there's a lot of mistakes I made here in this video as well. But thanks for watching. Please let me know in the comment down below if there is anything that you don't understand. I will come back with another video. Thank you.